spigots at work that have the purified water in them actually have a hot and cold tap.
So there are all kinds of ways, so no excuse.
So if you
No
want it,
excuse.
you can do it.
And that's absolutely true.
And it's easier than going to the freezer and actually popping a few ice cubes.
It is. It really is.
It's less work.
So when we talk about complementary medicine, what does that phrase mean?
Well, complementary means it goes along with Western medication. If your Western physician, and almost all of us have one, has prescribed medication, your medication will work better if you cooperate with it. And you cooperate with it with complementary medicine. The complementary medicine are the things that you do to keep well, like eating well, exercise, diet. You perhaps getting the help of a chiropractor to avoid having to take medication who needs to set you back in alignment. Learning how to do simple procedures on yourself to relieve pain. Stopping smoking. And it can be done a lot easier than people think it can. And when you have pain, you know, has anybody ever told you before, oh, you go see the doctor and you get there and whatever pain or thing you had bothering you, it's not there anymore. It's like the rash that disappears at the allergist's office. And they'll tell you it's all in your head.
Right.
Well, even after the symptoms disappear, all in your head is actually true.
What does that mean?
Your brain carries the memory of whatever illness that you had, or if you had a very upsetting experience. For example, somebody stops short in traffic and makes you very nervous, and they jam on their brakes. That upsets your system. You need to recenter yourself and recalm and refocus. So those are some things that you can do. Other people might pop a popular antidepressant or calming agent, and we all know what those things are, the Valiums and those kinds of things to calm themselves down, when they could do something complementary for themselves instead, like tap on specific acupuncture points.
How do we learn that? I mean, how can we know where to tap?
Well, most people don't know where to tap.
Does it matter? I mean, can you just tap anywhere for anything?
Well, you can, but there are some more effective places to tap than others. And the Chinese kind of believe in going the simplest route is the easiest route. And the one that most people get the most relief from is just by taking a hand and putting it at the base of your throat and pat like you're patting a baby on the back. And then just take some deep breaths when you do that. Now you've loosened up some excess qi from the tension that you have. And the Chinese believe that it goes down the ends of your meridians. That's the path your energy follows, which end in your fingertips. So flick it off.
Okay, get rid of that.
It's like when you wash your hands. They're wet. There's no paper towels. You shake them off.
Get rid of that, yeah.
So you don't need that to go back and settle into that spot. So you just shake it off. If you can't, we teach specific classes on a more complete method that you can learn. But it's very simple. It starts from the top down. And if you can't think of anything to do all at once, just start with tapping on the top of your head and tap all over your face. Tap your collarbone points and take a few deep breaths and flick your fingers off. While you're thinking about what's bothering you or whether or not you have a pain, this works on backaches. It works on headaches. It works on, I'm afraid to ride in the elevator.
It works on fear?
It absolutely does. It works on fear of flying. It works on fear of heights, the biggest fear of all, public speaking. It's very, very simple to do, and it helps calm you down. And once your brain is calm, your intellect takes over, and you can do what you need to do. You're focused again.
Okay, so it's about getting the emotion out of the way so that your own knowledge and your good sense can kind of take
your
over.
Own balance comes back.
Yeah.
Now, when I say it takes away fears, it doesn't take away good judgment. If you're afraid of crossing traffic, for example, because, I don't know, I've been out in California and there are 8 lanes of traffic going at 90 miles an hour in one direction, and I really don't like to drive there, but I used to have to drive 4 or 5 hours a day to do my job. If you're afraid to drive, and we have a lot of our older citizens are afraid to drive, and some of them for good reasons and some not, but you just get out of the habit, and so that makes you a little bit afraid. This will take the edge off the fear, but it will not make you be a kamikaze driver. I mean, you're going to look when you cross the street. You're going to look before you turn right or left, and hopefully you use those optional turn signals that they put on the cars. and it will help you be less nervous about someone cutting in front of you, and help reduce your overall stress levels. And stress is one of the things that leads to the most problems with our bodies. Stress is responsible for all kinds of ailments like high blood pressure. Stress pushes you into strokes. It pushes you into many serious illnesses. And you
So
can't
we can
avoid it.
de-stress. We can just absolutely.
Right. I mean, there's good
de-
stress and bad stress.
Yeah.
Somebody pops out at you, happy birthday, surprise, surprise. That's a stressor, but that's a good stressor, but it's still a stressor nonetheless. So you need to bring yourself back into balance.
So it's teaching people how to come back and
Exactly.
recenter, refocus.
Calm
And-
down. Get
take
your
charge.
anxiety.
Take charge of yourself again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of putting all of your eggs in one basket, it gives you a little bit more control. Instead of thinking, oh my gosh, I only have 3 anti-anxiety pills left, and I have no paycheck coming till next week.
And my script ran out.
And exactly, and I cannot afford to go see the doctor. I don't know when they're going to get me in. If you know some methods that will help automatically reduce your stress, you may not need to take those last 3. Or you can stretch it out to your next doctor's
And I
appointment.
guess a lot of this, we only have about a minute left, but a lot of this really talks about personal empowerment and personal responsibility. Huh, Susan?
Absolutely. And the main thing you need to do, if there's no other message that's given today, is drink hot water and stop smoking.
Okay. Even if it's not easy, you can do it.
You can do it, and we can help.
Okay, so you can teach some of this stuff then.
Yes, we can. As a matter of fact, I just had a client in our office 2 weeks ago for half an hour, and we taught him some tapping techniques to stop smoking, and the man has not picked up a cigarette since, and he was a 3-pack-a-day smoker.
Whoa, so there's hope.
I guess so.
And we're going to end with that at the end of
Well, thank
the end
you.
of today is we're going to end with hope and opportunities for people. Susan, thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
We have been talking to Susan Lee. She's an RN. We've been talking about complementary medicine and how we can take care of ourselves. I'm Linda Boudreau, and you've been watching The Extra Mile.